To do toast really, so I'm going to tell you a story. I'm actually going to tell you 3 stories because I told 3 stories at my daughter's wedding, so I'm going to tell 3 stories here. And they're all really good stories, but they might take a little while, so get comfortable. Okay, you're welcome to drink in the middle if you need to. Okay, so before I start, where's Laurel?
Oh, sorry. Yes.
No, that's good. You were there. Good.
I
just want to say, Laurel and Nick, before I start, that none of these stories have anything to do with sex. So we're meeting the requirements of not saying that word during the toast. Okay, so now.
It wasn't me.
The stories are all about how I realize that these 2 are perfect for each other, right?
Oh boy.
As I mentioned, as a father of a daughter and son, I realized how different it was raising these 2 kids, right? I spent their entire teenage years chasing boys away from Kim and trying to encourage Nick to ask somebody out, right? And by the late teens, I was thinking, man, I'm a little worried. This kid, is he really going to find somebody? This is getting scary. I mean, as far as I can tell, it was only a few years ago that he started bathing. Find a person. So you can imagine how happy I was when he came home and told us about it. I was like, wow, this is cool. And then I think, does the girl really know what she's getting into? Right? I mean, this is going to be interesting to see how this goes. So here are my 3 stories that highlight the fact.
That wasn't one of the stories?
No, that wasn't. So I told you
that was called the prologue.
Toast. So story number 1, it happened during the wedding. And this actually goes back to a conversation we were having earlier. Don't ruin it. So reception, my daughter's reception, 300 people, just everywhere, all over this huge hall. And I hate large crowds, so I'm hanging back against the wall. And I look over at the table over here, and I see Nick and Laurel giggling hysterically, right by themselves at the table, practically rolling on the ground. And I'm thinking, oh man, I could use a good laugh. So I go over and I say, what's so funny? Now, alcohol was involved, so, understand I might not get the quote exactly right, because I was expecting them to say something like, one of the McKees was doing something silly on the dance floor, which would have been expected, right? But that's not at all what I heard. What I heard was Laurel, with the most serious face she could muster, looks at me and says, an hour ago, I wiped a booger on Nick's pants, and he didn't notice it until now. And the 2 of them cracked up and rolled on the floor. And first I was like, it was like when they tell you the name of their cat, right? That's not what I heard. No, that can't be right. And then it was like, no, that's what I heard. And then I was like, these 2 really are perfect for each other.
She sounds like a McKee.
It does, right? Well, the beer gets worse. So that's for him too. When Nick was little, we used to joke with him, and we lived in the Northeast where houses had basements, and I was like, oh man, Nick, you're going to end up living in your mom's basement, right? And so we moved to Texas with no basement, so Nick does the best thing he could, which is move into his mom's driveway, right? So we live in his driveway, so we get to know Laurel more closely over time, right? So I'm starting to learn about Laurel. So things I've learned. The first thing was she's extremely shy. Like she will talk your ear off. Right? And I'm like, I like this. She reminds me of somebody. So, okay, what's next? Next was she's opinionated and passionate about those opinions. Like, that's cool. That's kind of neat. She obviously loves Nick unconditionally, but she will not hesitate to tell him when he's full of shit. I'm like, this person really reminds me of somebody, but I can't quite place it. Then we started playing board games and card games, and I realized she is fiercely competitive and loves to flaunt the fact that she wins. Now, you guys might not know who that is, but it finally hit me. That's Patty. Nick is marrying his mom. Oh my God. And I'm like, I like this girl. I mean, obviously, after what has it been through?
It's a long time.
Right? I obviously am fond of Patty, but I was like, Nick is marrying his mom. So I, of course, have to remind him of that often in the hope of preventing the word that I shall not mention. I was like, hey, Nick, remember, Laurel's your mom. Right? But in any event, I was like, I like this. 3rd story, and this is the classic Nick story. Nick, you're going to have to help me. But it really was ironic that as a kid, Nick gave me this great insight and actually gave me the toast. So the story is, we were probably here a couple years in Texas. Nick was probably 10, I don't know how old. And my mom had cancer, and Patty actually went with her for a couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks, to the Mayo Clinic while she was having surgery. So I was at home alone with the kids. And probably a week into this, I was just so frustrated by young Nick trashing his bedroom. I mean, it was just a mess. So I would go into his room. One night I came home after work and said, okay, dinner's in an hour, but we're not going to eat until you clean your room. And so I closed the door. And then every half an hour for 3 hours, I went back and opened the door, and Nick would be laying there playing a video game. And I'd be like, clean this room! And I'd slam the door, go back in, what are you doing? Ready to be eating old cookie dough that he stored under his bed for a week, right? I mean, this is, you know this is true. I mean, stuff everywhere, right? So finally I'm so frustrated. I open the door, and I say, I'm not going to let you get away with this. I am not your mom. Do you see your mom? And what do you say, Nick?
I believe I said, I see my mother in my heart.
He said, I see my mother in my heart. Now, at that time, I said something totally inappropriate. Like, you had a friend that was a girl lived across the street, and I said, well, maybe you could go over and borrow one of Jade's dresses and clean your room if you have to, because you see your mother in your heart, but you're not getting away with it. So, yelled at him for a while. But he gave me insight. He sees his mother in his heart. He's marrying his mom. I mean, here it was 15 years ago or more, and he was telling me where this was heading, and I didn't realize it. So my toast is, may Nick and Laurel always see each other in your verse.
Yes.
Clear here.
That was beautiful.
There's your toast.
Like a little CT.
So that wasn't so bad, was it? I almost had 6-1.
John, all I can say is, only in Texas can you marry your mom.
There you go.